Hi everyone, I'm Linda V. Taylor, and this is Best of Both Worlds. We're going to get started today right away, so I really want to tell you about the quilt we're working on. It was made by my friend Skye, who lives here in Wyoming, and she has some Clydesdale horses. And so she made this replica with raw edge applique of her Clydesdale. So it was a little bit of a challenge for me. Don't you love it when challenges come in? And I also decided to put some of make it look like the hair on the bottom of their feet. They're just magnificent. So we're going to do a little bit of that couching too. So let's get started. At the top of the Clydesdale, I found these really cool horseshoes. So I put one on each side, and then I have these boots and this hat that is in this overall pattern. And I isolated them and put the boots together like that, and then a hat on each side just to fill in some of that area above the horse itself. And then all around in the other areas, I put this pattern, this overall pattern with the loops, and I just trimmed out where the horse was. So boy, did that work out great. As you can see, she has pieced together all of these different pieces of white and even some with some color in it to give her a little bit of variance according to the picture of the horse and in this collage. So my task is I need to sew on all the raw edges, so I want to sew those down, and at the same time I'm going to put a pattern in. So I'm starting up here like this, and I'm coming like this and following those raw edges, and at the same time I'm putting this pattern in, which I've chosen to be just kind of the half circles like this. And I can put a swirl in every so often, but then remembering to come back and get those edges on the fabrics. I've already outlined the entire foot, and I am using constant. Then I can go over any of the seams without any problem. Some of the little pieces are very tiny. So I'll go on this one like this. And right up there, there's a little tiny piece. You could also just outline them all first, whichever way you're most successful, to make sure that you complete all the tasks and get those raw edges nailed down. I just like this design. I think it's so cool. Just half circle, half circle. And a little pinwheel every so often. All right. So let's take a close-up at the feet on these Clydesdales. I mean, that it's not fur, it's hair, but it just flies. So my friend Skye found this eyelet yarn, and so that's what I'm using for the feet. And I'm going to just put it on here. I'm going to sew some that are sewn down, and I can trim them later too. I just kind of do one at a time. And they start right almost at the knee of the horse, actually, which I'm guessing is about here. And so I'm just coming down like this. And I'll just go here because I may trim that. And then I can't drag my thread because I'll have thread all over. And I make sure that the eyelet's going down the same way because it does have a direction for it. And I'm putting several lines of this down to the bottom. If I went the other way, it would sew these going the wrong direction. So I'm going to put, I think I've cut 8 to go down like this. And then I'm going to put some loose ones because, like I say, if you look at this picture, you can see he's all, I'm sure they must comb these before they're in a show or a parade or whatever, as they're just beautiful. They just fly. My friend told me they're really fun to watch them in the snow because they'll put their foot down in the snow and it just flies with the hair on their hooves. It's actually on their legs. Okay, so then I will group some together. This will be my last one I'll put on here. Got to cut the thread. Just kind of want that in the background. If she has this hung on the wall and the door opens and these all fly, I want some to stay in place. I don't know why I have that image in my head, but I do. Also, at the back of their leg, they seem to have even more. You can see the ones that I have sewn down, and then I have quite a few here that I just have on top, and then I put just a bunch of them at the back of the leg. And I could even tell her she can cut these to the length that she wants. So they do have that like a whole bunch at the end behind their legs, behind their hoofs. So this is going to be really fun. I'm having a great time with this, and I can't wait for her to see it. Okay, at the bottom of this quilt, I wanted to make it look more like ground. So these are not points, they're just curves, some longs and some shorts. And then when I get on the other side of those, I can fill them in like this. Come right into there where I didn't have any quilting. Same thing with this one. Just kind of come over there like that. That's always fun. And that makes a perfect ground. There we go. So let's take a look at some of these cute fussy cuts she did to put the color into the horse. And this is her horse, Remington. She's got, like here, there's a bear and a cub and a horse, flowers, boots. I like that she put them upside down. A buffalo, a saddle. This says boots. This is a cowboy riding his horse, another horse, boots, wagon wheel, a bucking horse over here, and cowboy hat, and flowers, and it looks, take a look at this horse. This is Remington, and comparing that to this collage that she's done, she just did a marvelous job of putting those white spots in and the dark spots. So at this point, I'm going to, since I noticed it has long hair, I'm going to just do some more quilting up here and on some of the other areas with a darker thread to just kind of show that long hair. On a lot of these, I just outlined them or put a different design in, but this hair will be cool. I'm not going to go over the whole thing because I think they're distinct and they're fun, but just a little bit. So I'm just kind of doing, not really curved, it's more of a straight, but if I curve, that's okay. I am going to go see these Clydesdales. I just can't wait to show my great-granddaughters, not yet, but they're coming to see the Clydesdales. And then I can do this in some of the other areas where I haven't quilted yet. That was just super fun for me and a little challenging, I must admit, but I just love learning new things and doing new things. So now let's take a look at her Clydesdale horses. Hope you enjoy it. Thanks again for watching. See you next time.